Downing Street searching replacement of UK ruling Labour Party City Minister Tulip Siddiq, reports The Times. Different health examinations of BNP chairperson and former Prime Minister Khaleda Zia performed at a London hospital. BNP chairperson happy meeting with family members after long. Special cell on July uprising finds 6 unidentified bodies at Dhaka Medical College Hospital. Excise have been increased in more than 100 goods and services, including internet. 2 ordinances in this regard issued. Cold wave sweeping across the northern region of the country. Ponchagore experienced the lowest 7.3 degrees Celsius temperature. Price of winter vegetables under the reach of the people. Price of chicken and fish still high. Retailers and consumers stresses on monitoring. Devastating wildfire in Los Angeles of USA could not be controlled yet. Loss of $6,000 crore feared. Darbar Rajshahi beat Khulna Tigers by 28 runs in the day's first match of BPL cricket in Sylhet. Assalamu alaikum viewers, I'm Tanzila Manar Sultana welcoming you all to News at 10. You have just heard the headlines, now moving on to news in details. UK's incumbent Labour Party City Minister Tulip Siddiq may be compelled to resign on charges of taking a flat in London from a person close to deposed Awami League government free of cost. Associates of Prime Minister Keir Starmer have already started looking for alternative to Tulip Siddiq. UK's news media, The Times, reported, quoting close associates of Prime Minister Keir Starmer. Tulip Siddiq is the daughter of Bangladesh's former Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina's sister, Sheikh Rehana. There are allegations of corruption in Bangladesh against ousted Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina and her family members in a number of projects, including the Rupur nuclear power plant. The name of Tulip Siddiq has surfaced in the nuclear power plant project. Bangladesh's Anti-Corruption Commission has been launching investigation into irregularities in different projects undertaken during the Awami League government. Different examinations of BNP chairperson and former Prime Minister Khaleda Zia's health have been completed in London. Different specialist doctors, including cardiologist, ICU specialist, internal medicine specialist and physiotherapist, examined Begum Khaleda Zia's health in the London clinic on Thursday. Later, some more examinations have been done as per suggestions of the specialist doctors. The former Prime Minister's personal physician, Professor A.Z.M. Zahid Hussain, said Khaleda Zia's treatment has started. The former Prime Minister remains lively due to family members around her, including elder son and BNP's acting chairman Tariq Rahman, after a long time, he added. A team of anti-discrimination student movement today discovered bodies of 6 July-August mass uprising martyrs yet to be identified at Dhaka Medical College Hospital DMCH morgue. At a briefing today, Secretary of the Special Cell Hassan Imam said a team of their special cell on July mass uprising during their investigation came to know about these 6 unidentified bodies at DMCH forensic morgue. They saw the bodies at the morgue today. He said they have talked to police regarding the identification of the bodies. Shahbag police said the bodies are the victims of the anti-discrimination movement, but police could not confirm when they died or when their bodies were brought to DMCH, Hassan Imam added. The details of the bodies are as follows: unidentified male 20, unidentified male 25, unidentified male 22, unidentified female 32, unidentified male 30 and 1 Inamul 25 years old. Doctors have conducted autopsy on the bodies and found that the first 5 died from injuries while Inamul died after falling from a height. The government has increased value-added tax VAT and supplementary duties on over 100 goods and services midway through the current 2024-2025 fiscal year. Two ordinances related to these changes were issued on last night. These are the Value-Added Tax and Supplementary Duty Amendment Ordinance 2025 and the Excise and Salt Amendment Ordinance 2025. Following their issuance, the VAT Division of the National Board of Revenue (NBR) released directives making the changes effective immediately. The rise in supplementary duty on mobile phone services will lead to higher cost for calls and internet usage. Similarly, clothing prices might increase, as will the cost of dining out at restaurants. Additionally, the price hike will affect products like sweets, medicines, LPG, fruit juices, drinks, biscuits, eyeglass frames, cigarettes and various other items. Previously, a 20% supplementary duty was imposed on the use of mobile SIM or RIM cards. This has now been raised to 23%, which will increase the cost of mobile calls and internet usage. The VAT on bills from branded clothing outlets and malls has been increased from 7.5% to 15%. Similarly, VAT on all types of restaurants has been raised from 5% to 15%. The list of items subject to higher duties includes tissue paper, cigarettes, nuts, mangoes, oranges, grapes, apples, pears, fruit juices, any type of fresh fruit, paint, detergent, alcohol, VAT and supplementary duties. After receiving opinions from the Ministry of Law, the Chief Advisor and President approved the measures, which were then issued as ordinances. In the absence of a national parliament, the government decided to implement these tax and duty increases through ordinances. Amar Bangladesh AB party is set to hold its first national council tomorrow. Ahead of tomorrow's council, the election for the party's chairman was held today in the capital's Sohrawati Uddan. Result will be published tomorrow. 2,806 councillors from across the country voted to elect the party's chairman. Additionally, councillors residing abroad voted online. The party's former convener, AFM Sulaiman Chowdhury, joint convener, retired Lieutenant Colonel Didarul Alam, and member secretary Mujibur Rahman Bhuiya Munju contested the chairmanship. The AB party was officially launched on the 2nd of May in 2020. Dhaka International Trade Fair is buzzing with the presence of buyers and sellers on the weekly holiday today. Braving chilly weather, the buyers and enthusiasts have thronged the fair premise in the city's Purvachal since morning. Many came to the fair to move around and buy products of their choice. Buyers were at ease to purchase various products due to the congenial atmosphere. However, many buyers had mixed reactions over the price and quality of goods. The sellers are happy as there were a huge gathering on the weekly holiday today. The businessmen informed so far the volume of sale this year is much more than the past. The demand for Manipuri saris and other products crafted with comfortable and diverse color combinations is increasing gradually. Currently, the popularity of Manipuri saris has crossed national borders and reached international markets. Besides saris, the demand for various items like lungis, towels, scarves, shawls, mufflers and bed sheets is also increasing. However, fair wages for workers have not been ensured despite changes in the production system. A worker gets 200 taka on average daily for weaving a shawl or scarf. Entrepreneurs emphasize the need for government and private sector support to expand the handloom industry. They said that due to a lack of capital and an insufficient supply of thread, many are losing interest in weaving handloom fabrics. The SME Foundation has come forward with training and financial support to promote the handloom industry in Molavi Bazar. All hope that handloom artisans will move forward with a renewed spirit upholding their heritage. Awami League has politicized the country's sports sector. BNP Secretary General Mirza Fakhrul Islam Alamgir said this while opening the Zia Inter-Thana football tournament at Mirpur in the capital today. He stated that politics would be enriched if the players join politics. The BNP leader further said that political unity is important for the new journey of the country. The student and the people played a big role in ousting the fascist Awami League government, he added. Now moving on to international news. Wildfires in Los Angeles have killed at least 10 people and burned some 10,000 homes and structures as officials warn more high winds could further fan the flames. 5 fires are still burning and a man has been detained on suspicion, but the local fire chief tells the BBC there is currently no conclusive evidence that the wildfires were started deliberately. Nearly 1,80,000 are under evacuation orders due to the fire, with another 2 lakh residents subject to evacuation warnings. More than 2,85,000 residents are without electricity in Southern California. Los Angeles County Sheriff Robert Luna said it has not been safe to reach many of the hardest hit areas, with some expecting the death toll to rise. Palestinian Arab officials have condemned the publication of a map on the Israeli government's Arabic language Instagram account, which depicts parts of the occupied Palestinian territories and neighboring Arab lands as parts of Greater Israel. The post sparked outrage from Palestinians and Arab countries who called on the international community to rein in Israel's expansionist ambitions and prevent it from attempting to seize more Palestinian and Arab territory. Qatar's foreign ministry said the map, claiming to represent historical Israel, was a flagrant violation of international norms, warning that Israel's evident aspirations could further hinder the chances of peace in the region. The UAE issued a foreign ministry statement slamming the map as a flagrant violation and breach of international law. The Saudi Foreign Ministry urged the international community to play its role in stopping Israeli violations against the countries and peoples of the region, and to stress the need to respect the sovereignty of states and their borders to limit the exacerbation of the region's crises. Hamas also rejected in a telegram statement calls to annex territories marked on the map as a confirmation of the Israeli occupation's aggressive nature and expansionist ambition. The Arab League also condemned the map. Meanwhile, US and Arab mediators have made some progress in their efforts to reach a ceasefire accord between Israel and Hamas in Gaza, but not enough to seal a deal. Israeli forces killed an estimated 490 Palestinians in the first 9 days of 2025. The Gaza's health ministry reports that more than 46,000 people have died in Gaza, and the humanitarian crisis is reaching breaking point, with most of the 2.1 million people in Gaza displaced multiple times and severe shortages of food and medical supplies crippling the region. The situation remains desperately dire. The Federal Ministry for Housing, Urban Development and Building has presented figures showing some 531,600 people are without a permanent shelter in Europe's largest economy. More than 500,000 people in Germany are homeless, according to federal government statistics released on Wednesday. Germany's second publication of its homelessness report revealed around 531,600 people are without a permanent shelter. According to the statistics and the empirical survey, around 439,500 people were housed in the emergency housing assistance system as of the end of January, beginning of February 2024, while a further 60,400 people were staying with relatives, friends or acquaintances, but with tens of thousands of others living on the street or in temporary accommodation. There are a total of around 531,600 homeless people living in Germany, the report stated. The new figures represent a significant increase on the previous numbers in the first report published in 2022, which recorded around 263,000 people without a permanent home. The Federal Ministry for Housing, Urban Development and Building, which presented the new figures on Wednesday, explained the almost 100% increase was down to underreporting in the previous paper, but this is now gradually being corrected. In addition, the current report also includes around 136,900 Ukrainian refugees who remained in refugee accommodation due to a lack of alternatives. Most of them came to Germany since the previous investigation. The Taliban has called India a significant regional and economic partner after a meeting was held between senior foreign ministry officials of the two countries, the highest such talks since the Afghan group's takeover of Kabul in 2021. India's Foreign Secretary Vikram Misri met acting Taliban Foreign Minister Amir Khan Muttaqi in Dubai on Wednesday, report said. In a statement letter, Afghanistan's Ministry of Foreign Affairs said they discussed expanding their relations and boosting trade through Chabahar port in Iran, which India has been developing for goods to bypass the ports of Karachi and Gwadar in its rival Pakistan. India's foreign ministry said in a statement after the meeting that New Delhi was considering engaging in development projects in Afghanistan and looking to boost trade ties. India, which hosts thousands of Afghan refugees, also said it will provide material support for their rehabilitation back to home. Some 1 million refugees have been repatriated by Pakistan and Iran to Afghanistan since late 2023. Afghan officials say they have already begun distributing land among the repatriated Afghan refugees. India also said it offered additional support to the Afghan health sector as the two countries discussed strengthening of sports ties, particularly in cricket. No foreign government, including India, officially recognizes the Taliban administration. Yet in June 2022, less than a year after the Taliban returned to power, India reopened its embassy in Kabul, sending a team of technical experts to run the mission. Hamda Al-Riley, a mother of 10 boys and 9 girls, recently highlighted how she has been able to strike a balance between studying, working and raising her children at the same time. She told Saudi TV Al-Ikhbariya that she works in an administrative job in the mental health sector besides doing e-commerce. Hamda, in her 40s, elaborated on her success formula by dividing her time between work and childcare during the day and commerce and studying at night. She said she completed her bachelor's, master's and doctorate degrees before she turned 43. She is in the process of defending her thesis for the doctoral degree. Raising many children was certainly an uphill challenge for Hamda, but in undertaking this challenge, she drew inspiration from her teachers. My role model in raising so many children is a teacher who runs a class full of students and the army officer who supervises a large number of soldiers, she said. For me, raising one child is like raising 10. I respond to their needs, help them achieve their goals and encourage them to pursue their hobbies. Her children are doing well in their studies, scoring no less than 94%, and some of them have scored 100%, she said. Hamda noted that one of her daughters, a high school student, is talented and is supported by the King Abdulaziz Center for the Gifted in Riyadh. The prices of all winter vegetables in the kitchen market are now within the reach of consumers. Within a week, the price of potatoes has decreased by 10 to 12 taka per kilogram. However, the price of eggs remains stable, while the prices of rice, chicken and fish are still high. Retailers and consumers have raised allegations of manipulation in rice prices. They have called for strict monitoring of mill owners and stockpilers to bring the price of rice under control. Observers think the artificial crisis has hiked the price of rice. Everyone hopes that the government will take timely and strict measures for a stable and affordable market. Now, news on weather. Mild to moderate cold wave is sweeping over the districts of Rajshahi, Pabna, Nauga, Dinajpur, Panchgad, Jashore, Kushtia, Chuadanga, Maulavi Bazar and Gopalganj, and it may continue at some places. Met Office in its weather forecast till 6 p.m. tomorrow said weather may remain dry with temporary partly cloudy sky over the country. Light to moderate fog may occur at places over the country during midnight to morning. Country's lowest temperature was recorded today, 7.3 degrees Celsius at Tetulia, and capital Dhaka's lowest temperature was recorded 14.5 degrees Celsius. Night and day temperature may rise slightly over the country, said the Met Office. Moving on to news on sports.